Good morning everyone, and welcome to another one of my little fishing adventures. Very excited for today because we are surrounded by little channels and mangrove islands, and the plan is to do some basic soft plastics fishing, testing out some new lures and just trying to catch some fish. Now today we have very unique conditions. The last few days we have got 150 mil of rain, so the water is mud. It is as dirty as I've ever seen water and we're going to see if there's any fish hanging around in the mud. So the plastics we're going to be using today are the new Nomad Live Ops. I've got two different profiles with me, my two favourites for doing this type of fishing. We have a little paddle tail, so the Spectrum Minnow in 2.5 inches, and we have a curly tail grub. This is a 2.25 inch lure, the Radiax grub, and it has some little arms and the classic little curly tail there. So let's open it up. I like the little eyes. I love red eyes on lures. Let's get a look at it. Pull one out of the packet. So as you can see, a real finesse style lure. I'm going to rig that up on a real finesse jig head as well. A 1/8 very small hook. That should fit that really nicely. Oh, you caught a catfish, did you? Yeah. Oh no. That's not good at all. And that is it right there. Don't know if you can see that, but it's got a little foil in there, like around the belly. It's really cool. Let's give it a crack. The real test is to see if it catches a fish. I just spoke to a guy over there and he's caught a catfish already. So that kind of gives you an idea of just how much fresh water is around, but hopefully there's other fish around apart from catfish. I'm just going to start here. First cast out of the day. There's heaps of little channels. So there's a channel over there. There's also a channel right to my left here as well. So heaps of different areas to fish. See if we can figure something out. Also testing out a new rod today as well, so keen to give this thing a go. We've got the Nomad C-Core extra light, so 2 to 8 pound, really lightweight combo, so kind of hoping for some bream or some flathead and stuff. See if we can tempt one and not a catfish. I think this ledge here is a little bit shallow. We need to find some deeper water. This water's actually so dirty. We could be in for a bit of a time here. Might be struggle street. This is a little bit deeper here though, so it's worth a crack. Gonna have to target that deeper water because there's a layer of fresh on the top, but underneath that is the clear, oh, that might have been a fish. But I'm hoping that underneath that layer of fresh, there's some clearer water down below. That's usually the case. There we go. That's not a bad fish. Oh, it's a good flathead. It's a nice little flatty. He has scoffed that. He's got that down. Try to lift him in. Risky. Hey, little flathead. First fish on the new lure though. That's pretty cool. You can see that plastic is right down the hatch there. He wanted that. Good little start. I was getting a bit worried by the colour of this water that the fishing was going to be near impossible, but we've got one fish. See you, little flatty. Might have to retie that. Yep. I'm only running 8 pound leader for some unknown reason. Apparently you get some good flathead around here, so should be using heavier leader, but we might pay for it later. Wow, that is a very strong smell. There is a lot of scent on that plastic. Can't be a bad thing though. Fish love a little bit of scent. So he was just right along this little ledge here. There's a deeper channel and I was just casting and working the plastic along that channel and he ate it. So see if he's got a mate. Get back over there. Technique is very simple with these little plastics. I'm just hopping it along the bottom. So got a 1/8 jig head on. I'm watching that line, just hit the bottom there. Oh, drag's too loose. And then it's a couple flicks. I think you hit the bottom, couple flicks. Very simple. Basic technique, but works really well. Let's try the little Radiax 2.25 grub. Give this a whirl. Oh, I like this material. More subtle. There it is, the little Radiax grub rigged up. That's real cool. That's a real soft plastic as well. That's perfect. I reckon that'll get eaten. If there's any fish down there, they should eat that grub. Yep, there we go. It's a decent little fish. That was only a couple casts with that little grub, and we've got a fish. We've got a fish. I'm not sure. Oh, it's a little trevally. There we go. Oh well, that's not a bad sign. There is a little bit of life up here. I'm not getting anything in the real shallows. I'm having to cast into the deeper stuff. Nice little Trevor. Send him off. So there's a whole school of fish to my right. Could be a mullet. I reckon there'll be a whole heap of mullet getting around at the moment with this fresh water for sure. Oh, another hit. The grub's getting a lot of hits. I reckon it's getting more hits than the little paddle tail. Could just be the area though. This is a new area we're fishing. Tell you one thing though, the fishing is tough. This fresh water, all this rain, it was ridiculous how much rain we got. Oh, there's a hit. It's definitely stirred things up. Oh, got off. Wonder if all these little hits are Trevor's. Yep, yep, another fish. Oh, that feels decent. Very decent. It was right along the edge there. Wonder what he is. Oh, that's a better fish. What are you gonna be, buddy? Oh my goodness, it's a big whiting. That's really cool. Damn, this fella's lucky I don't have my esky. Oh, it just fell out. Take a look at that. A whiting on the little grub. That's really cool. He's actually a pretty big whiting as well. Super cool. I wish I had my esky, I would keep him, but see you, buddy. You're a lucky little whiting. Well, it's definitely a finesse lure. Those little whiting are not the easiest fish in the world to fool, and we got one on a little grub. I'm happy with that. I don't catch those things very often. Send that back out. He was right along the bank. There's actually a whole heap of fish down on the sounder, so maybe a bunch of these fish which I'm marking up are all little whiting. That would be cool. They're going to be hard to catch though. I'm happy with the one. I thought that was another one. Oh, that's a better fish. Oh. Oh no, that's a big fish. That was the next cast after the whiting. We've got a big flathead. Calling it, that's a big flathead. We're gonna play this real light. I don't have, oh, it's a big fish. I don't have heavy leader on whatsoever. Damn, I wish I brought my esky. I'm gonna play this super light. Yep, there it is. It's a cracking flathead. That's really cool. This is cool. The water's super, super dirty, but there seems to be some life about. I'm really surprised, to be honest. I thought today was going to be like a complete write-off. I came out with the expectations we're going to catch nothing. And it looks like we're going to get a nice flathead here. There he is. We got him in the net. It's good when you come out with zero expectations and then you actually catch a few fish. That's nice. He's a ripper of a flathead. Lucky I decided to net him because that line is frayed up big time, but look at that. That's not a bad, ouch. That is not a bad flathead at all on that little grub there. Super nice catch. As soon as we changed over to the little grub, we're getting a whole heap of action. That really small finesse profile seems to be working. Cool, we'll get him going. See you, girl. You're very lucky flathead. Forgot to bring my ice. Otherwise, probably would have kept him for a meal. Well, that's two nice fish from that one little ledge over there. Super basic. All I'm doing is just hopping it along the deeper edges. I'm finding that the shallow stuff is just, it's too fresh. So I'm finding the edges which are a little bit deeper, 1.5, 2 meters deep. And that's where I found some fish so far. It's a very good start using this new lure though. Very good start. See if there's another fish over there. A whiting, a flathead, what else? I'm happy with this little bank though. Seems to be a lot of life on the sounder, caught a couple fish, especially on a day where I was expecting it to be really tough. I'm not going to complain. Yep. Yep. Oh, it's another fish. Shaking its head a lot. Is that another? What's a flathead? Another flathead. Wow. The grub is the GO at the moment. Let's see if we can just lift him in. And another flathead. There's a lot of activity, which is super surprising. I'm actually amazed at how many fish we've caught so far. The fishing is surprisingly good. Oh, another flathead. Probably a 30 centimeter fish, so a little bit smaller than that last one, but heaps of scent. It must be like, I think it's infused into the plastic, the scent, so it is really durable. Like the scent life is like amazing. It still smells. Once again, my leader's chafed. Really should be using heavier leader. It's just one little tip: if you are chasing flathead or bream and you happen to catch a flathead, always check your leader, because they have really raspy mouths and they have a big tendency to rub up leaders, chafe them, and you can lose a lot of fish if you don't check your leaders. Alright, straight back into it. I'm right along the bank here. This is a deep bank, deep ledge. It's probably worth a couple casts on these trees as well. Oh, there's a lot of life below me. This is good. Oh yeah, damn, I just went over some good fish. Wow, another good fish. Another good fish. There are some serious fish here, eh? Some serious numbers of fish, and this thing's moving quick. This thing's speedy. Surely that's not a flathead. It's going too crazy. Is this a bream? We could have our first bream. Oh my goodness, it's another big whiting. Wow, that is so cool. Damn, I wish I had an esky. You are kidding. Look at him. Well, it wasn't a fluke. We have got yet another beautiful little whiting on that little grub plastic. That's how you can tell it's a finesse lure, because these things aren't the easiest fish in the world to trick. And we've tricked 2 of them in about 10 minutes. All right, whiting, we'll let you go, buddy. Geez, this is cool. Catching whiting on lures, well, on soft plastics. There must be a little school of them along this ledge here. It's the first like nice deep hole I've found with a whole heap of life, and it seems to be producing, especially with the grub. Back over there, just bouncing it along the bottom. Oh, jeez. I was just like giving it tiny little tweaks along the bottom, especially if there's whiting down there. They like real subtle little movements compared to big hops. Another cast over there. It's coming up to the high tide now. Should be right on top of the high, so soon that tide's going to start flowing out, and my guess is when the tide starts flowing out, it's going to get super dirty, really dirty. That clear water which has been pushing in has probably been helping us, but soon we're not going to have that. We're just going to have straight mud running out from the hills. Oh, I just saw a fish there. I'll tell you what, the water is like surprisingly clear. I don't know how this has happened, but I can actually see the bottom in like a couple feet of water, which is ridiculous. It's blown my mind from how much rain we've had. We can see the bottom. We'll have a couple more casts along this one ledge and then we'll keep moving on, but so far this is the most productive spot I've found. Oh, what have I just done? You idiot. You idiot, you idiot. Well, how that rod didn't break is an absolute miracle. Take a look at that. You can actually see some of the sand flats in the bottom, but look at this. This is a massive lagoony type thing, and this was one of the tiny little arms which I just came out of behind me. But to my left here, there's actually a whole heap more. There's one just right here, one a little bit further down. So I think we'll just jump to this next one and have a little bit of an explore up there. This is a cool spot. I'm definitely coming back up here at some stage. Yep. What's that? Oh, that looks different. Is that a bream? First little bream here, maybe. We haven't caught a bream yet. It is. We have a bream. Not a bad little bream whatsoever. Whole heap of species on the little grub. Brimbo, first brim of the day. Oop, 2.25 inch little grubster. That was a bit of a middle of nowhere cast. It's kind of just out there, middle of nowhere. And I was like doing a weird technique with the rod tip. I was doing that. Another fish. Oh, next cast, that's different. I don't know, I think that's a flathead. Wow. I am shocked at the fish life, absolutely shocked. Whoa. Damn. Is that a big flathead or something? Oh, it's a big bream. Wow, that's what we wanted. That is a really big bream. Holy dooly. I thought that was a flathead by the way he was fighting. Did not think he was a bream. That's a big bream, eh? Well, that's so cool. That's a horse of a bream. Hey, we'll just try to pick him up. That's a brute. That is a brute of a bream for around here. Brute of a bream. Let's get a look at him. That is a tank of a bream. That's like 35, probably pushing 40 centimeters. They're working well, the little grub. I mean, everything eats a grub. Curly-tailed grubs are such a good option for fishing areas like this. For estuary fishing, you can't go past a little curly-tail. All right, I'm gonna get that lure out, send you back off. There we go. Wow, that's 40, eh? That is a 40 centimeter bream. That's a thumper. See you, buddy. Ooh, what a beast. I'm super happy with that. This little thing here is just getting all the bites. It's actually got like the eyes, the color of the eyes is actually embedded into the lure. That's really cool, so the eyes can't get plucked out. It's actually part of the color of the lure. It's a good idea. Let's get another cast back out though. 2 bream in this little area here. 2 like good bream. Well, that one was a good one. Real big bream. On the same little psycho technique. Yep. Oh, damn. Feels like another big bream. Another big bream just shaking its head. I'm calling it. All of them are just stacked up on this little flat over here. Just a random sand flat. Yeah, it is another bream. Another good bream too. Oh, look at him. Ay. It's another cracking little bream. We found a bunch of them on this sand flat here. Just a random flat, which seems to be loaded with a few bream. See you, buddy. It's the third one in a few casts. Way up there. That was way up there. Well, I'm happy we found that little school of bream. That was cool. Oh, I'm spooking some over here. Well, the tide has turned and that water's got really dirty again, so I think we might wrap it up here, but that was a really fun day out fishing with the new little Radiax grubs. Caught a whole heap of different species, whiting, bream, flathead, some really cool stuff, and we've been using the same lure the whole morning. It's still in perfect nick. The scent is still there as well, and yeah, that worked. That was a cool little lure. I'll be definitely using it some more. Anyway, let me know what you thought of this video. If you want to see me test out some more lures from the little live ops range, let me know. There's some cool ones in the range, so plenty to test out. But YouTube thinks you'll like this video here. Be sure to leave a like if you enjoyed, and I'll see you in the next one. Thanks for watching.